Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and today I'm going to talk real briefly about how to lose weight on the Mucusless Diet Healing System. I'm kind of breaking one of our little rules that we had. You know, when I got into the Mucusless diet, I was about 300 pounds, and Brother Air, aka Willie Smart, you know, I asked him, I was like, so he was talking about the Mucusless diet, all this stuff, and he's like, and I was like, so am I gonna lose weight with the, you know, I think at some point I might have asked that. That was the only time I ever asked or said anything about weight with him. He just kind of looked at me like, man, we don't even talk about weight, you know, because it's gonna be a transformation, and your weight's gonna be what it's gonna be. So there might be periods where you get really, really skinny. There's gonna be other periods where you a little bit bigger, you know, and then your body, as it's going through this process, is gonna find its plateau point. You want to find where you are in a particular period of time. And so as far as if you are carrying around a lot of excess fat, a lot of excess waste, first and foremost, I mean, if you want to lose 10, 15 pounds right away, lemon juice and distilled water enemas.
A lemon juice enema? Oh, like your mom never did it to you? Come on.
If your stomach is totally filled up and constipated, 32 feet, I mean, think about that. 32 feet of a tube that is filled with feces. How heavy is that gonna be? You know, if you get some enemas in, start using the principles of the transition diet, fresh fruits and vegetables, fresh juices, and you get in these enemas, you're already losing weight, just there. I mean, just on that, you do enemas for a couple days and you get rid of some of that old waste, and you're already noticing, just like me. Now, I'm not an advocate at all of weighing yourself on, you know, checking and monitoring, trying to quantify your weight all the time. That's problematic. I'm an advocate for go where the diet takes you, physiologically speaking, as I'm always going to come back to the system. That's gonna be my thing, because no one else talks about it. No one else emphasizes the system. They emphasize, you know, if they're a raw food advocate, they'll emphasize that by itself. Just get on the raw foods. If they're a fasting or like a water fasting advocate, they'll just say, you gotta do 40-day fasts, water fast. That's gonna take care of everything. If they are into herbs, then they're gonna say, okay, you need to get this, you know, this $1,000 worth of herbs, make these juices or make these tonics and whatever. And that's the focus. What separates me from everybody else is I'm talking about system, transition diet, and the systems and processes involved in that. Lemon juice and distilled water enemas every day until you know, for a while. You know, I advocate, if you're getting started and you've never done them, do daily lemon juice and distilled water enemas for 2 weeks. Because you got to do more than just one or two isn't going to show you nothing. The consistency is going to show you something. If you're combining lemon juice and distilled water enemas along with transition diet methodologies, now we're starting to create a synergy, bringing the system together. And all the principles, you know, you can check out other videos where I talk at length about the transition diet, check out the Mucusless Diet Healing System, check out the book Spira Speaks, everything else is out here on the table. But transition diet, lemon juice and distilled water enemas, at the time of recording this video, the only place that really has a detailed explanation of how we do it and generally how to do lemon juice and distilled water enema properly is here in Spira Speaks. In the near future, I might be coming out with a video or some kind of infographic or procedure, PDF procedure, something that people can download. So that's something that I'm thinking about doing for the future. But for right now, I advocate get you a copy of Spira Speaks and find that section on lemon juice and distilled water enemas, because very few places can you find information about the lemon juice and distilled water enemas. So right there. Diet, colon irrigation, enemas, fasting. Short-term fasting. I promote short-term fasting. Now, a lot of us have done long-term fasting. I've done long juice fast, I've done water fast, I've done dry fast, what we call dry fast, which is nothing. You know, I've experienced all those different realms. You know, Brother Air is master at fasting and can do all sorts of different kinds of fasts. But in terms of the system, and I recommend start at the beginning. Go to see what Eric was talking about and a very rational, see, that's the operative word, rational fasting. It's not extremist fasting. It's called rational fasting. And so we start with short-term fasting process, because if you can master a 24-hour fast or a 2-day fast or a 3-day fast, when you're cleaner and when your body demands that you do something a bit longer, you're going to be able to. And so that's really important. So again, let's go over what we got up to this point. Diet, colon irrigation, fasting, and that's then you can start to get into some of the other ancillary therapies that I talk about. You got the sun. I mean, I was doing these really, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend for everybody because it would probably be extreme for some people, but I was doing really long sunbathing every day. I mean, I'm talking my first year of practicing the Mucusless diet, that when that spring and summer came, if it was sunny, I was laying out in that sun at minimum 2 hours. Sometimes I'll be out there 3. I mean, it was, like I said, I don't recommend that, but at least get your half hour in if you can. You get your half hour of sun. There's a whole section in the Mucusless diet where Eric brings up the sunbathing. Exercise. Exercise is in the Mucusless diet. Eric recommends, it's more stretching. It's nothing that's strenuous. There's stretches. He recommends the easy stuff, walking. If you have a gym membership or that kind of thing, go deal with that. I got a gym membership, and I go down to the gym. I have I do the trampoline, the mini trampoline, rebounding type of thing, which is, I love, 20, 25 minutes a day at least of rebounding. So I do my stretching, rebounding, I might do some abs and legs and some just kind of easy stuff in the backyard. Then I go to the gym. I just do regular, nothing super special or interesting. I just kind of keep it basic. Danielle Miranda, just brilliant in terms of physical activity, understanding how to combine Mucusless Diet Healing System principles with a high level of physical activity, athleticism, working out, body conditioning, strengthening, all that whole realm. I mean, both of them are masters in that area, so I leave that to them in terms of really getting into the nitty-gritty of really putting together really good workout protocols. Whether you do something that's more intense and more sophisticated or something that's just simple, Danielle, if you can find on the YouTube channel, did demonstration of some of the arid exercises. And so exercise. So again, I'm going into each one of these principles little by little, but that's the point. There is no one quick fix in terms of trying to lose weight. When you're going down this path, we firmly believe and recommend the system, dealing with that transitional system, which is gonna, and the transitional system includes all of these different components that we're talking about. So it's not just about diet. You got fasting, you got colon irrigation, you got exercise, you got sunbathing, you got air baths. I'll let you read the book to get into what that means. But that is where I don't see enough people really grasping the power of system and putting all of these different pieces together to make a puzzle, to make one whole picture. People tend to focus on one component. They focus on the diet, or they over-focus on fasting, over-focus on doing extreme amounts of enemas or extreme exercise. And really look at that, analyze and note, and you'll see that people tend to gravitate with their emphasis in one of these different categories, whatever they're comfortable with or they think in their head is gonna be the most effective at working. But I'm saying that get all of these components working together systematically. That is going to be where you are going to start to really shed them pounds. As you do, be mindful of, you might have some gas. I could always tell when I was losing weight because I would have extra, didn't smell like anything, but it would be kind of painful gas sometimes in my intestines. And if I do an enema, sometimes I could get it out of there. But I noticed that. So there's gonna be some elimination. And depending on how hard you push yourself, the nice thing about the principles of the transition diet and understanding how to hit the gas and be more aggressive, how to ease up and be less aggressive based on the symptoms that you're experiencing, how you feel. And so that's important, and that's part of the art of the transition diet, the art of the Mucusless Diet Healing System as a whole. That's what I have to say about that today, and I will talk more about this in the future. I'm gonna do another video where we talk about how to gain weight practicing the Mucusless diet, because that's another question that I get. So be on the lookout for that one. Until next time, please hit the like button, share this with your friends and family that need to hear this message, subscribe, all that good stuff. So hey, I love you guys. Until next time, peace, love, and breath.